Welcome. Welcome. Can y'all hear me loud and clear through the mic? Let me know if you can hear me through the mic. It should be loud and clear. Okay. Sound good. All right, guys, what's happening? Welcome to my Q&A live. What I like to do, I'll explain it to you guys again, because some people get confused on what this is. I like to go over the season, go over what's happened one by one, give you my thoughts on what's going on and how it's going down. Almost like if you watched the last video I posted, I'll talk a little bit about that, about, how I think that went down. The last episode, we'll be talking episode 6. And then we'll go on with the questions. So I like to start this out with, what just went down to me was pretty crazy and amazing all at the same time. We have Sandra Diaz Twine, the Queen of Survivor, goes home. Okay. I can remember, I think she tweeted back at something that I said. What's wrong with this thing? I'm trying to. Okay. Something that I told her, she said, it's time to put up or shut up on her pregame stuff. I tweeted to her, and then she tweeted back and had a little tweet session. And that's right, Sandra. It's time to put up or shut up. And Denise shut her up. Denise was considered a middle to lower end winner. They're all great players because they won the game, but you see what I'm saying. And Denise put her in her place. Pretty exciting episode, I would say. Denise did the JT. She gave her own idol away. Sandra gave her own idol away to Denise. Not only an idol, she gives her a fire token. So Sandra goes down easily. And I'm just so confused in that tribe why Kim isn't stepping up and taking control with Denise and Jeremy. It's crazy to me how much power they can have, those three, if they got together and started that strong alliance right there, Kim, Denise, and Jeremy, before she played her two idols. They would have Kim with an idol, Denise with two idols, Jeremy with an advantage, and all those fire tokens. Put it together, guys. Play as a team. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they stopped playing as a team these days, but that's what we're seeing. We're seeing them not really play anymore. They're not playing. They're playing for themselves, and that's okay because, you're the only one that's going to win the money. But, man, they're not playing. You have to have somewhat of a alliance to go further in the game. You can't do it by yourself. And then we're going to just do a real quick overview. Then we have Parvati that went home, so I can get to the question. Parvati went home, and Parvati, Nick, Yul, Michelle, and Wendell. Now, Wendell, man, it just looked so bad. I know that we may see a lot of the editing part of it, but you have Parvati and Michelle sitting there looking like I put it, like a beat dog in the corner, just sitting there I mean, puppy dog eyes and everything. And then you have Wendell with his toothpick just sitting there confident, like, you know, like not good. They didn't make it look good for Wendell. And I know Wendell's getting a little bit of hate because of that. Now, he's just in the zone right now, guys. He's in the zone. And the zone didn't look good for Wendell. We all thought of Wendell as a social player. Uh, that didn't look good for Wendell. And that's what we've seen. So that's what editing wanted us to see. I was cheering for Parvati. I was cheering for Parvati to come through on that. So I wanted her to go further. I had her going deep in my pregame stuff. What do I want Michelle to do? I want Michelle to get with Parvati, and I want them to talk Nick into changing his mind with the nullifier and with all the tokens that they can come up with. However many she has, both of them, put them together. Get Nick on their side. They could have done it together, and they didn't. So that's what I wanted Michelle to do. I considered those two as one. I wanted them to go to Nick, start flirting a little more, get it to where he will work with you. They could have done that. I'm telling you, they could have, but they didn't. Then we have Adam, Ben, Sarah, and Sophie. Sophie's playing a good game. Sarah's keeping her cards close to her chest. She's not saying anything about her idols. And it looks like Ben, Sarah, and Sophie are all in one group together against Adam. So Adam's fighting his way through the game once again. And he had a big part in winning the last challenge with Sophie. So the podcast is coming back. It's back, actually. We're having problems with iTunes and iHeartRadio and all that stuff, trying to get it to where when we post it, it's immediately posted to iTunes. And it's not right now. So I don't want to do another one and post it until we get this straight. We got emails going back and forth. We're trying to get it straight. Now, I'm going to kick off. I got a podcast with Rob C coming up. I'd like to go ahead when I have it all down to get my podcast with Rob out the way, and that way it would kick that off again. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We can go ahead and start answering some questions. Let me get to the board here. Let's see. All right. Get down here. Well, guys, y'all think? Sandra, what do you think about that move Sandra made? Let's talk about Sandra for a little while. I'm sure a lot of people like that. Who do I think will come back from Edge of Extinction? I think that, hold on, let me go ahead and block this person. Okay. I think that it's going to be either Tyson or Natalie, for sure. See, I think a lot of people are starting to see this right here. Sandra does not know how to play at all. Sandra, I've played with Sandra, and I say this over and over. When I played with her, she didn't do anything. And that strategy, well, actually, her strategy was to try to get rid of me. But she tried a few times, said a few things, and then she just kind of sat back and didn't worry about it anymore. And she was, as long as it's not me, Tom. She went back to that strategy. And I think that that strategy works for Sandra. Sandra being aggressive is no good. It doesn't work for Sandra. When she's aggressive, then people want her gone. So I just don't think it's a good. You said I ignored your super chat. I tried to look for it just now and I couldn't find it. Must have disappeared like Sandra did in the game. So I think that Sandra, when she got lucky, she won twice. I always called her the luckiest player to ever win the game, and she did it twice. So I think that if Sandra would just go back to her original play, then it would work better for her. I don't think she will. I don't know if she'll ever play again. Now the question is, will Sandra quit now? Will she ring that bell? Will she quit? I don't know if they're going to ever stop making players, Adam, return from the game, regardless of what season they are. It's the new norm, and I think that's how it's going to be from now on. They're going to have players return always. I just said what happened to the podcast. I'm having trouble with iTunes and SoundCloud and all them people. We're working on that now. We're going to get the podcast right back. Because all I got to do is press record right here. I got a board. Let's see. Show you guys. That's everything. This is a podcast board. All I got to do is press record right here. The one that's blinking, and it goes to the podcast. So it's not a hard thing to do at this point. I think next season theme, old school versus new school. I think that could possibly be the theme. I mean, soon, because that's all we're hearing now. And the new school is tearing up the old school, making them all look bad. Doesn't matter what your name is. Doesn't matter if your name is Tyson. Doesn't matter if your name is Rob, Sandra, Parvati. Doesn't matter. They're making you look like a bunch of idiots. I'm glad I ain't out there, because I would be one of the big boys, right? And them new school, I would consider myself new school. I think I'm the end of the old school and the beginning of the new school. What do you guys think? No, Wendell is not a villain. I don't know. A lot of people saying a little different than that. I did call Shambo. I called Shambo, and then she was busy. She tried to call me back today. I was in a meeting, so I'm talking to her tomorrow. See what Shambo's up to. Y'all remember Shambo? Shambo. So Wendell he looked like a villain. I mean, it looked bad. Oh, wrong thing here. Wendell is a villain, they said. Congratulations, 20,000. Appreciate it, Dylan. Now it's 30, not 50 yet. We got to get to 30 first. Wendell's not a villain. Got another is not a villain. Wendell is a villain. Okay, let's see. Why did Denise give Jeremy an idol? Because she thought that Jeremy was about to go home. She didn't know that Jeremy had any kind of advantage whatsoever. And that's the problem with these kids. I'll call them kids because the new school will call that the kids. That's the problem with the kids nowadays. They like to keep everything a secret. So you have Denise keeping two idols a secret. You have Jeremy keeping his advantage a secret. And then it collides. It's like a car crash. It collides together, and all of a sudden, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't I? Well, you didn't tell me? Well, why didn't we know? Well, that's because we didn't talk about it. So everybody likes to keep everything a secret in their own alliance. How does that work? Sometimes you have to use it. You have to use the tools that you have to benefit you in the game. And especially your alliance. You have to trust someone. If I ever play again, that'd be my downfall. Trusting someone, let them know something that maybe I shouldn't let them know. But you have to find that person that you can trust. And you have to run with that person. You can't just keep everything a secret. Jeremy's keeping everything a secret. All of a sudden, now he's going to be, what's going to happen now? Because he voted for Denise. She gave him an idol. It's crazy nowadays. You give people idols and they vote for you. Parvati and Danielle in Heroes versus Villains, we were in trouble. None of them wrote my name down. We still fought for each other to get further in the game. And that's what happened. We got further in the game because we fought for each other as a team. Do you seriously think we merged 4-8 in season 19? We fought like crazy, us four, to get back in the game. Me doing most of the work, but they could have easily switched. I gave Natalie the credit. This is the credit I'd give her for her win. She didn't switch. She could have easily switched to Monica, but she didn't. She was strong enough to stay and fight. And nowadays, they don't tell anybody anything. What's going on? Okay, Russell, who's your favorite player? My favorite player was Kim. She's disappointing. But my favorite player this season is I didn't know the kid. I didn't give him no respect whatsoever at the beginning of the season. But so far, my favorite player right now is Adam. I like Adam. I'm liking how Sophie's playing. Yule's, under the radar right now, but I don't like that game of play. I like when you're in trouble and then you get out of trouble because of your strategic play or your physical play. And Adam's done that, whether you like him or not. He's done that. He was in trouble right off the bat. He got himself out of it. And they took out Rob. Him and Ben did that strategically, believe it or not. They didn't just sit there. They knew what they were doing. You know what, Kevin? Kevin wants to know, is there too many idols or advantages now? All this stuff, including the tokens, man, I would love that. That's how I play. I like to have things I can work with. Tools. It's like when you're going to build a house, you have all the right tools, you can build a better house. You give me more tools to work with, then I'm going to be able to do better. That's why I was shocked that Parvati didn't use the tools that she had. The three things she had 2 tokens and she had the nullifier. She didn't use those tools for her benefit. And to me, that was a little crazy. I look back because you just said button crushing and stops was better. Goldfish. I look back because I just bought my daughter some goldfish, and I thought they were behind me or something. So that's the thing with that. I like the advantages, the nullifiers, all that stuff. I don't think I like the nullifier because I'm the one that would get the advantage, and then somebody nullifies it, and man, that's hard luck right there. That happened too. The cop, the pretty cop. What's his name? Don't worry. If I see people spamming, I will get rid of them. We will block them. They won't get to see. So she has. She could not use the tokens or the nullifier idol. No, she couldn't. But she could use. Yeah. So you telling me she couldn't trade them? Yes, she can use them. She can trade them. She can give them all to Nick. She can say, Nick, I tell you what, I'll give you 2 tokens right now. And when we get back, I'll give you a nullifier. 3 things he could have had. And all I'm asking is to this alliance stay strong. That's worth me having 3 people, Nick, me, and Mia, Parvati and Michelle. So it's worth that. You can't tell me that he wouldn't have done that. He would have done that. I need to talk to him because I want to ask him if he would make that deal to be in a solid 3 alliance before the merge happens. Who do I want to win? I think you just got 2. I'm not picking anybody specific. I'm just, unless of course it's a super chat, but that's obvious. I want, and I don't know now. I was on Michelle's bandwagon. I was on the Parvati Michelle thing. I thought that was happening. Didn't happen. And I think that I'm veering more towards Adam. Just think if the merge happens. If the merge happens, Adam's sitting pretty, guys. Think about that for a second. I don't know the kid. I'm telling you. People think that I know him, or I'm just looking at his gameplay and I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Did she even flirt with Nick? Did she? I don't think she did. Her heart is not in it. Look, I looked and I'm watching it, and I'm watching her very carefully, how she's doing things, how she's moving. She's depressed. She's depressed because she just had a newborn child, and she left the child. So, as a mother, you have to think that she thinks, man, did I do the right thing? Did I not? Eating herself up over that already. And then you have this going on. Everybody trying to stab you in the back. You having to play strategically. I think that all that took, was a big reason why we see her playing the way she's playing. She's not ready to play. She wasn't ready to play. She should not have played. She wasn't ready. But I hear they paid her a lot of money. So in the long run, it's better for her kid because she uses that for her child, of course. Have a better family. Who would I want to see play again? That would be Shambo. We wouldn't want to see Shambo play again. I got to plug my phone up here. I'd love to see Shambo play again. Somebody, Parvati and Michelle are hot. Yes. They're cute people. Do I keep in touch with any? Brett wants to know if I keep. Brett. He ain't Brett Tyson. Just Brett. He's not Mike Tyson. Anyway, wants to know if I keep in touch with Fofo. No. There's not one person that I keep in touch with at this point. That happens for a couple of years, and then everything just kind of fades away. Every time. So I don't. Let's see, the closest one would I probably could talk with Monica. She's probably the only one that, or like I said, Shambo just called me, so I'm about to call Shambo and see what she's doing tomorrow. Here's one of our patrons here. Welcome to the chat. If you don't know about the Patreon group, check it out. Go check out one of my videos I just posted. Look under there. You'll see the Patreon group. I have this little phone here. This is for my patrons live. I go live with them quite a bit. I just tried to go live and it says something's wrong with my service, but I was going live before, and then I have another computer on it here on the side that has our Patreon. We just have a new member, Kim, just joined. Appreciate the support, Kim. Just told her that on the page. So we do a lot on our page. I'm always on there, always talking about something, doing something, going live. I do videos and only send it to them that they can only see. You have to just check it out. Check out the different tiers they have in the Patreon group and check it out. I thought Michelle was playing a good game. I thought Michelle was about to play an even better game by aligning with Parvati, and I thought that those two together was going to be a mess. And we didn't see that, and that's a shame. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm the only person to play with Parvati and her husband. Yes, I did. The rocket scientist. No, I'm not. Shambo's a very private person. I wouldn't call her and put her on this spot right now. I know for a fact that she's told me this a long time ago, but they have called Shambo to play again, um, and she decided not to. She didn't want to. See you later. See you next time. Got to go. So if you're sitting at home and you ain't doing anything, and you have something you want to do, just check this out. Ask me a few questions. You may get you. See, there you go. Brandon thinks John Fincher's. Oh, you're asking me if he's still hot. I don't know. How would I know that? I don't know if John Fincher is so hot right now. Do I think that Boston Rob will win his way back into the game? I do not think he's going to win his way back into the game. We're not looking at the old Boston Rob. I think it's going to be some type of endurance challenge. I just don't see him doing a whole thing with puzzles and everything. And if it is an endurance challenge, then you have to say Parvati, Tyson, of course, Natalie. I think my pick was Tyson, so to win it all. So yes, if he wins it back, then he gives me a little bit of hope. But I also had Parvati in my top 5. That's not going to happen. That both of them aren't going to happen. I love to see Parvati and this thing. I love to see Parvati and Natalie go at it head to head on an endurance challenge. That'd be fun to watch. Slow this thing down, guys. I got 165 people asking me questions all at once. Dalton thinks that Natalie's coming back. That could be. And Brenda Lowe is hot. So come on, give me some good questions. Okay. Jeff says first boot won't happen because they aren't interesting enough. I see. A season of first boot. I disagree with that. I disagree with them not being interesting enough because the reason they were first booted because they were too interesting. You see what I'm saying? You don't boot someone or get rid of someone because they're quiet and they sitting there and they ain't doing nothing. They're just sitting there and they all quiet and they ain't playing the game. So let's boot them. No, you boot someone because their personality is usually too much. They're running around looking for too much. They're playing too hard. So I think first boots would be very interesting because you have all the personality. Francesca would definitely play again. She may be the first boot 3 times. I would hope not. I hope they give her a little bit of respect. Give Fran some respect, Francesca. Why do you think Kim didn't use her idol? I mean, when Denise played the second, you would think, and I didn't even think of that actually. I never thought of that till you just put that down. That's a good question. Why didn't Kim think about using her idol that she had when Denise used his idol on, because all of a sudden you have two people out of the mix, you only three left. So Kim has to think maybe her name will get written down. Maybe she was just so confident it was either going to be Tony, Sandra, or Denise. But that's a good question, because that's it would be crazy. Appreciate that, Michael. It'd be crazy to think that she wouldn't. No, I think Kim has a full idol right now. See, I thought I get confused because everybody has, there's so much going on. Okay, this is what's going on, guys. I think let's see if I have it right here. Took a picture of it. This is what's going on. So Denise has one fire token, was given one by Danny, given one by Sandra, and then she's given one to Sandra for her idol. Okay, so she one fire. Jeremy has one safety without power. The advantage, one fire token. Kim, one full idol. So she does have the full idol. She has the full idol. Tony, one fire token. That's all Tony has is one fire token. Michelle, 4 fire tokens, all given to her by Parvati. And they could have did some damage. But 4 fire tokens, when that merge happens, she might be sitting pretty somewhere. I wonder if they're going to get a list of things. I wonder if they're going to get like they did in Edge of Extinction. They get a list and it says 1 fire token, peanut butter, 2 fire tokens, 3 times, an idol, or you're immune from the next 3 tribals or something crazy like that. Like if they just get a menu that everybody can see. So we have Michelle, 4 fire tokens, Nick, 2 fire tokens, Wendell, 1, Yule, 2, was given by Sandra. Adam, 1 fire token, Ben, 1 fire token, Sarah, 1 still a vote advantage, 0 fire tokens. She used it for that. And Sophie, 1 full idol. She has the idol shared when she shared it with Sarah. And then on Extinction, Natalie has 4 fire tokens. Amber has 1. Danny has 1. Ethan 1. Tyson 0. He just ate some peanut butter. Rob 0. So Rob is actually the only one. Party 1, Sandra 0. Rob and Sandra are the only one without fire tokens in the entire game. Yeah, 2 legends. So let me ask you this. If Sandra quits, now I want everyone's real opinion, maybe Sandra fans. If Sandra rings the bell, in my opinion, right now, of course, Sandra's a legend. And I talk about it a lot. And I say, will she get taken out? If she loses again poorly, like she just did, will she be off the legend? Now it's debatable. It is debatable. Some people can debate it. Oh, yes, she is. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. But it's debatable. I get that. Now, if she rings the bell and quits, it's no longer debatable. If she quits the game, you cannot have a legend on a legend season that's a quitter. You can't do it. So my question to you is, if there's a legend season, is she considered a legend if she quits? If she quits the game, because she still has it. I don't care what you say, she still has a way back in the game. That's what that's, my mic audio is bad. Mic audio is bad. How is this? Is this really bad? Doesn't sound bad in my ear. My ears. It sounds pretty good, actually. Maybe I get a little bit. But if she quits, if Sandra rings the bell, she should be done. Yes, she'll disrespect the game. She'll disrespect the game, and she'll disrespect everything about a queen. Oh, the queen quits. She would quit because I'm not saying she quits. I don't know. But if anybody quits Edge of Extinction, because you can ring a bell or something and quit and just go home. Do you think Parvati can get back? Yes, she definitely can get back, but I don't know if she has it in her to get back. I don't know if she really wants back. She's definitely the self-proclaimed queen, but everybody's taken to it. Oh, you raise a flag. So you don't ring a bell. You ring a bell if you're in the Navy SEALs. You ring the bell when you quit if you're in the Navy SEALs. I don't know if you knew that, but yes, that's what happened. And I guess you raise a flag to get out of this. You can't tell me she ain't gonna be tempted to raise that flag. Somebody says they blow a whistle. Oh, Navy SEALs don't blow it. They ring a bell. If you're talking about Navy SEALs, they may blow a whistle. I don't know. Yes, raise a flag. Penny says they raise a flag. So I'm gonna stick with that. Natalie, Tyson, and Rob have even chance of getting back. I think that Natalie has the best chance because she's going to have an advantage on uh, whatever it is to get back into the game. Appreciate it, Mike. So I think Michelle's going to be the best opportunity. Michelle, I think golly, Natalie is going to have the best opportunity to get back into the game. So, like I said, guys, yeah, I can check right here. If anybody became a patron, I would know it. I click this button right here and it shows me nobody. And I have my little thing here. If you want to join, be part of this uh, process, my podcast and my YouTube, you can go to my Patreon page. It is called the Russell Hantz Patron Group, Patron. But you have to first go to the link and become a patron, and then I accept you, uh, introduce you to the group, and then that's it. You become a patron. I send out cards. I have I have cards for certain that I sign on the back. I have everything ready. I got these books here, everybody's name. I know them personally. Write their name down, email them or text them, DM them. So if you want to become a patron, check it out. I think that Tyson should have saved his fire token. He got a ringing phone. I think that he should have saved his fire token because the thing is, does he have enough time to get two more? That's the question. I was going to answer that phone. I guarantee it. So if he uses, he might not have enough. He needs two more. He knows he needs two more. He knows that the challenge is coming. So you can easily say, let's go ahead and they know I'm doing this. How come somebody's not answering? How come him by eating the peanut butter gives him more energy in the challenges. So it gives him a better shot to win. Shambo's calling you. Gracie. Oh man, that ticks me off when people do that. Get the phone, please, and bring it to me. Does nobody get? Nobody know that I'm not doing this. Let's see. Hello. Yes. I don't know. Hold on. I'm in the middle of a live podcast. So hold on one second. What? Oh, wasn't Shambo. Dang it. I was hoping maybe it was Shambo. Okay. What do they want? You're doing a podcast. Yes. I'm in the middle of a podcast. And I'm sure you can see how that gets to me. I have kids here. Everybody's off school. Everybody knows I'm doing this. Everybody lets the phone ring. Nobody answers it. It wasn't Shambo. It wasn't even a wrong number. Do they have another phone around here you can bring to me just in case somebody doesn't answer it again while I'm in the middle of a show? Take care of it yourself. Yes, I'm in contact with Shambo. Huh? I know it's gonna. Yeah, but I'm gonna answer it and hang up on them. Something. 'Cause y'all ain't helping. They said they didn't hear it. People only call a Big Bob over there. Big Bob 63. He only call him when he's in bathroom. I think Tony Unreal wants to know how do I feel about Tony. I think Tony is getting back to his same strategy that he was. He's freaking out. He wanted to make some good TV, and I don't know why everybody was saying, "Where's Tony? We got to get rid of him. What's he doing?" None of them said that. They just said, "Where's Tony? Let him." He was gone for 4 hours. He's sticking his head out the shack like to make good TV. Like, come on, man. Cameras are on you. The cameras are showing that you're sticking your head out of that thing right now, right? So if anybody walks by, they see the cameras steadily on something. So I think it was bad. I thought it was a good, I guess, good for TV. I didn't like it. I just thought it was stupid. They're in the middle of trying to make a vote, and Tony's making a spy shack instead of trying to figure out what they're going to do. It shows you how comfortable he is, to tell you the truth. Won't be that comfortable anymore. His girl's gone. Let's see, who's this? Would I ever play again? Everything would have to be right for me to play again. I wouldn't play for free. I'll tell you that right now. I got too much going on, and I just wouldn't play for free. This ain't one of those videos where you hear somebody drink. You hear how those things are popular. I don't even like it when you hear me breathe in the videos. Like, oh, we got to take that out somehow. Every castaway, Tommy. Question is, does every castaway get paid? Every castaway does get paid. It used to be first out gets 2,500, and then they get 10,000 from CBS at the live show. So they end up with about 12,000, 12 something like that. But I think it doubled with the 2 million. So they'll actually get Well, they're still just going to get 10,000 from CBS, so they'll get 15 instead of 25. They'll get another. How do you feel about Nick not making moves? And Nick had some moves there, guys. If Nick, that was his game right there. Yeah, he could possibly win the show, but that was his move. Nick's move was to get with Parvati and Michelle. That was his move. Parvati doesn't stab everybody in the back like you seem to think. When she stabbed Eric in the back, Eric wasn't part of her alliance. They was trying to get rid of Eric because he kept winning challenges. When she was part of my alliance, we stayed strong to the very end. They even have secret scenes of her telling Amanda, I'm not going to do that to Russell. I'm not going to stab him because Amanda wanted her to. And she's like, you don't know what he's done for me. So she's a loyal person. And you know, Michelle is too. Nick, that was his move. That was his game right there, his gameplay. If he doesn't win the game, when I talk to him, I'm going to say, that was your mistake. Not aligning with Kim too, by the way. Kim's mistake was not aligning with Denise and Jeremy and making that a solid team. Even though Jeremy's being all sneaky, Kim is too. They all are. I keep saying that. They all are. They're all sneaky. Just watched season 19. Amazing watching that 8-strong Galu alliance get mowed down one by one. Yes, I was cracking up at the great gameplay. We don't see that now. We don't see that type of gameplay. We all get excited when Denise makes a move to get rid of the self-proclaimed queen and then, you know, saves the person that put her name down. We all get excited. Oh, one of the greatest moves. She just gave Jeremy an alliance and Jeremy just tried to vote her out. So it shows you that she doesn't know at all what's going on. She's just going, you know, playing by herself. I couldn't do that. I couldn't play by myself. Now, maybe I couldn't play with the new players because I would want to play with a team like I play. And maybe you're supposed to keep secrets now. Don't tell anybody anything and just hope for the best. Like rolling the dice. Brandon, did I originally apply for Pirate Masters? Most of you probably don't remember Pirate Masters. First of all, do you remember, this is how it all started. My buddy played Boo from Fiji. I was like, I want to play. Well, we sent a tape in, no response. Okay, I want to do something, man. Let's do something. I want to go out there and just show I can strategic play anything. So in the meantime, they was doing this, what was that kid show? I'll be shocked if somebody says they remember. That kid show where they all got together and then they try to become a nation. They had nation in the name. Kid Nation. So, yeah. So Kid Nation was happening. And my twin girls, Hannah and Haley, if you know me, you know I have twins. We were applying for Kid Nation with them. And the same person who was applying for Kid Nation, we applied for Pirate Masters for me. Same casting agent that cast for Kid Nation, cast for Survivor and Pirate Master, all three of them. And then all of a sudden, they had Heroes versus Villains was already put in play before 19 happened. Season 19, CBS told SEG, which is Survivor, told them that if somebody does well, they do not, doesn't matter who they are or what they do, we are not taking somebody from season 19 and playing them on season 20. So that was already placed in stone. CBS didn't want it. Okay, we won't do that. They had their players already ready for season 20. So when season 19 happened, I knew before I played season 19, I heard the rumors because once I had a shot at playing, then you go all online, you do all kind of stuff. You start looking at things. And that's what I was doing, looking at rumors or what's going on or what am I about to get myself into? Where am I going to play? All this stuff. And then it was Samoa. And I seen that they were doing heroes versus villains next. So me and my buddy, who was like, okay, they're doing something called heroes versus villains next. So you need to do it right, man. You need to do it right. Like you already going to probably be a villain. So I went out there and I put it down, man. I played the best I possibly could play. Now I'm not an actor. I didn't know how to do none of that stuff. None of it was. I didn't know how to act for the camera, this and that. I just went out there and I played. And all of a sudden, I became one of the biggest villains to play the game. And they cast me for heroes versus villains while I was playing season 19 to CBS because they wanted me on so bad. They said they brought me to this mountaintop and they said, okay, take off your buff, you put your hat on. You know, we just want to cast you for the next season. They didn't tell me what it was, but I knew. I said heroes versus villains. They looked at me like, how you know that? Like, well, I did some research before I came out here. And I figured that's what y'all were going to do. So they took me to the top of this mountain and then they did my 3-minute video. You know how you got to do a 3-minute video to get on camera? Well, they did it and they edited it all together. I remember him telling me, the producer that edited it together, he's like, man, one day you need to see that video. It's amazing. I was like, man, I'll try to contact him later to find out where it is because I'd like to see it. But I never got to see it. So yes, then I found out, you know, I was playing. I knew I was playing. When I got off the season of, this is interesting stuff. I'm sure y'all gonna like this. So I'll answer some questions in a little bit. When I got off the season for season 19, they were planning on keeping me out there for 19 and 20 because there's only 10 days in between. So they was about to fly my entire family, my kids and my wife, to Samoa so we can just, you know, kind of get our bearings back together. I was sick at the time from getting off 19. I got really sick. I was on antibiotics when I played the whole time I played season 20. But I remember calling my wife, and this is sad, but this is what I thought. Right after it was all over, I thought this. And I said, I think we just won $1 million. I remember telling her that on the phone. And she said, she was excited, freaking out. And she's like, Russell, what happened? What happened on season 19? Because on the television, all on the commercials, it's all you. Like, what do you mean? Because I haven't seen anything yet. They run in commercials for season 19 when I get off of season 20. It's happened that fast. So when I finished season 20, they were running commercials for season 19. And I was on the phone with my wife, and she's like, you need to, they're saying RUSS. There's a new name for evil. RUSSELL. That kind of stuff. So she's like, it's all you, the whole commercials, everything. So I didn't know none of that was going to happen. Now, when I went home and talked to Boo, we had a little bit different type of strategy. Right. When I talked to him, he's a game player. He's played before. And I'm like, okay. He's like, what happened? What? I don't want to know what happened because he don't like none of that stuff. And he's my best friend. So I would talk to him as I would talk to a best friend. But he's like, don't tell me nothing. Don't want to know nothing. But just tell me this. And he's like, are you going to be popular? And then this time, remember Big James? Somebody just said something right there about James. Russell with James. James just played, and James he was a 2-time fan favorite. Huge. I don't know if y'all remember how big it was, how popular James was. He was popular, real popular. And he just played Heroes versus Villains, I mean, he just played his season, China or whatever, and he was super popular. When I got off, he was out there with me. I didn't talk to him or anything before the game, none of that. But he said, "Are you gonna be popular?" I said, before I played, I said I'm gonna be more popular than James. He said, impossible. Like straight up. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, it's impossible for you to be more popular. He said, you can be popular, man. Like we had a little argument about it. He said, you can be popular, but you're not going to be more popular than James. That's not going to ever happen. He's two-time fan favorite, man. And then I was, if you remember watching me in my interviews afterwards, I was cocky. I was just straight up, almost like Wendell, kind of like Wendell was, like kind of nonchalant with my toothpick and saying, yeah, that's how this is going to roll. And I told Boo, I said, I'm going to be, this is after I get back, after I tell him I'm going to be more popular than James. When I get back, I said, I will be the biggest name that Survivor's ever had in the history of the game. This is after season 19. Because I had a little break in between. I said, I'll be the biggest thing Survivor's ever seen. After season 20, when I came back, and I know it's cocky, guys. I know, I get it. When I come back after 20, I was like, nothing's changing, brother. I'm still the man. So, I mean, I was so driven. You know, I was so driven to play that game. And at that point in time, oh, man. So it was, that was crazy how all that went down. And I did let all that get to the best of me. Somebody offered me to do a YouTube when I first got off, man. I was like, I don't need that. I don't need none of that. You know, I'm Russell Hantz. I'm gonna be known forever. Like I was such an idiot most of the time because just think if I would have started a YouTube when I finished. Just think, 10 years ago. Are you kidding? I got 20,000 when I basically just started this season. I would have over 1 million people watching my YouTubes and watching me cook and watching me do reviews and whatever else I may be doing. Yeah, it was the Hantz swagger, but it was a little too much swagger. It's such thing as too much swagger. You have to sometimes come down to earth, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay that guy. I wanted to stay King Russell. I have an LLC. It's called King Russell LLC. I have a credit card. They like to fall out when I show Jeff. It says King Russell on my credit card. Like, man, he just shook his head like, great. So but it was good I did that. I mean, you know, anytime you go on these game shows and you have a $2 million prize, they pay you a couple of $100,000 to play or whatever you get. If you have an LLC, you can take it all and admin everything because they don't allow you to use a tax ID number or anything like that, LLC, anything. They make you use your name and your social security number. But it's an entertainment. If you have an entertainment company, which King Russell LLC is, then you can take, let's just say they paid me $200,000 to play. I take that $200,000, I go to my CPA and I say, this is under my LLC. Instead of paying all those taxes, you get all these tax breaks. And for instance, most people will pay over 33%. So if you win $100,000, you'd pay close to 35%, $35,000 in taxes. I paid $16,000 off $100,000 because I had my LLC. Because you could admit it, you take it, and it doesn't matter what you sign, what paperwork you sign with CBS. You can have all that changed when you get home if you take care of it before you leave. So if any of you want to play Survivor or you want to play some game show that wins a lot of money, start an LLC before you go. Get a company name, an entertainment company, and then if you win 2 million, I mean, you win 10 million, I would pay $160,000 off of 1 million. Everybody else is paying 400 grand off a million. I told Natalie too. I'm like, Natalie, what are you doing? You just wrote a check for $38,000. I mean, $380,000 to pay taxes. I told you I can get you to where you only writing a check for $160,000. Nobody wants to listen. Don't do what Hatch did. Dang sure. I'm back. I don't know if I blacked out or what. If this mic isn't, I mean, you guys hearing me well? Mic should be working good. Sounds good to me. I froze for a little bit. My connection, man, everybody's on the internet right now. I was watching Survivor last night and it just completely froze on me. Like when Denise got up and said, "Can you give me a second?" It froze. Everything froze. I had to pay for it this morning to watch the last bit so I can do my review. Again, guys, if you want to be part of the Patreon group, please check my last post. Go under there. You have the link to my Patreon page. Go to the Russell Hantz Patreon group Facebook page. I will invite you once you join. I don't know why this right here is my phone for my patrons. Usually I'm live, but I don't know what's wrong with the internet right now. Come be part of the team. Every single penny that I buy, when I buy things that the Patreons, when they do what they do, and then I get it. I buy equipment, mics, all types of lights, and green screens, which I don't use. I haven't used yet. I'm about to use it. I want to do fun things with the green screen. Just fun things like fish swimming behind me, that kind of thing. So, and I even post on the Facebook group what I purchase. So I let them know everything that's going on. I've only seen one online so far right now watching the show, though. Do I think Cirie will play again? Yes, 100%. Cirie will play the game again for sure. No doubt about that. Let's try to get online here. Nice green screen behind. Yeah. Yeah. This isn't a good one. I mean, this is why I do it all the time. Everybody knows these pictures. It's a picture of old Texas right there. The old school Texas. When you have nice scenery behind me, usually that's just in my backyard. Sometimes you used to see me on the beach. I stayed in Florida for a little while. Okay, I'm live. So live. I'm live on my Patreon page. So I do this. I just go live every once in a while. They can, when I'm not doing these kind of things. I went listened to Fairplay's podcast, and he said that they do a Q&A with his patrons. I'm like, Q&A? I don't do a Q&A with my patrons can ask me anything they want, anytime they want. What's up, Tyler? can ask me the questions, and they can just DM me. Let's slip into my DMs. There's the slip into my DMs. Single anyway. Well, I just use the word wife, but that ain't no mo. Just because you read it on the internet doesn't make it true. I'm no longer married. I don't even have a girlfriend. Thinking about getting one though. Okay, what we got? Slide into my DMs, man. Look, Kim's on now. Autumn's on. Autumn is going to be doing it. Hopefully, they're doing a Big Brother this year. I will be upset if they don't because I will be doing Big Brother live after every single episode with not one, two beautiful ladies. I'm also seeing that I need somebody prettier to look at than myself. So, and Big Brother is more of a social type, more for the ladies, I think. So I'll be doing that live after every episode, and I'm sure hoping they have it because I'm counting on that. I'm live right now, Kim, on YouTube. Let's see. So, do you not think everyone on Edge of Extinction is going to find or smell Tyson's? Maybe. I mean, yeah, peanut butter does smell. I mean, why wouldn't they smell his breath? Goes off and eats some peanut butter. I wonder if they can share the peanut butter. That'd be kind of cruel if you can't even share the peanut butter. Big Brother. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have it this year. But if you haven't watched Big Brother yet, it'd be fun to watch it with me. So I'm going to make it funner for you to watch because I ain't going to hold no slack on these players. I don't know any of them. Sandra pulled a JT. That's what we know for sure. You never seen Big Brother? You need to check it out when I do it. I sent one of the head ladies at CBS. I sent her. Yes, you can smell peanut butter. Yeah, I know. You have to be able to smell it on them. That's what Kim was saying in my Patreon group. That she thinks that they better smell it on them. But I lost my train of thought. What happened with Shambo? How is she? I haven't really talked to her yet. I talked to her a little bit last night. I'm going to talk. She tried to call me. I was in a meeting. So I am going to call her tomorrow and see what's up. Yep. And the thing is, Denise, she say that the queen is now Denise. Denise said that from the beginning. She held up a piece of paper saying it's time for you to get dethroned. Something like that. Who is my least favorite player of all time? Yeah, I hate to throw that much shade on her all the time because everybody's like, "Oh, you hating on Sandra," but the only reason she's my least favorite because she never does challenges. She's the worst, probably in the history of the game, to ever do a challenge. And when she beat me, she didn't play at all. As long as it's not me. When she won her first time, she didn't play at all. Now she's actually trying to play, and maybe she was right by saying as long as it's not me, she should stick to that strategy and just sit there and not do anything and just talk to everyone else. She's lazy, and I can easily see her quitting. But I know that's right, Colton. Colton is my least favorite because he quit twice he quit. Sandra, she's just been super lucky. If she quits this time, man, I'm gonna do a whole video, a whole YouTube video if she quits. I don't know if she'll raise the flag, but if she does, I believe I am. Yeah, I'm posting a little video I just did. I have these books here. I'm not gonna open them and show y'all because these are the patrons. Each category gets a different book. So I like to keep track of everybody. What was that? Okay. Yes, you feel poverty wasn't in it. I feel the same way. Case more. I feel like that was the case more for Rob. Do you agree? I feel like poverty wasn't. I think that I think Rob was trying to play a little bit more. That we didn't see anything change with Rob when it comes to his gameplay, and we did with poverty. Like with Rob, he plays aggressive. That's how he plays. That didn't change to win it. Believe it. It's funny how I think he told me that I played to get to the end, not to win. Well, he's so aggressive. You know, I don't know how some of you guys say his social game is good at all because of his aggression. They were all so glad. Ben and Adam was so glad he was gone. They were jumping for joy, saying we don't have a babysitter anymore. So, but when it comes to poverty, I think that she wasn't in it. That's what I seen. Because she had so much opportunity. It wasn't like she had nothing and went home. You know, if she wouldn't have had nothing and she would have went home, then I'd be like, she just went home. She's a big threat. But she had things to barter with, and she didn't use them. And she had a fanboy, Nick, to barter with. She didn't. Everybody loves Tyson and the peanut butter. The only time that's a good move is if Tyson don't end up with 2 more fire tokens before the challenge. If Tyson ends up with 2 more fire tokens before, or could possibly end up with 2 more fire tokens before the challenge, then that becomes a terrible move because you want the advantage. Might be a huge advantage. As if you want to check out my shirts, go check them out too. I have my little shirt line that I created. It's going to be more. I'm just playing around with it now, but I like some of them. I think they're pretty cool. So my new video, I don't know if you guys checked it out. It's climbing pretty fast. What we got here? I think 2 players will return from the edge. What do you think? I think 2 players will return. I think one will return next episode. I don't sell the Hance Taker and hats. That's me. Wow, you must know me well if you know I have them hats. So I think that it's soon going to happen. I think someone is going to return from. I think they're about to merge. They just voted 2 people out. maybe one more. I don't know. They split it in two groups now, send one home, and then merge. And at the merge, whoever wins Edge of Extinction come walking, to the merge feast. That'd be kind of cool. Just think it was Tyson walking back. Sandra's gone, so that doesn't. Tyson's actually sitting in a pretty good position if he goes back. Sandra was after him. Who else? Who was after Tyson? Can y'all remember? Trying to look back on the notes here. I don't know. Okay. Got Tyson starting to play. Look, I got my notes here. Tyson, we're talking to Sandra, and it says she's not buying it. And when all that was going down, I do, guys. I don't have a problem with Rob. I don't have a problem with Sandra. We're talking Survivor here. So it's not that I don't like Rob. It's that I don't like his gameplay and how he plays. I don't like Sandra's gameplay. That's it. I mean, them as people, I've been to events with them before. Yep. You got to cuddle with Parvati and Natalie White. That's not all, but we'll keep it at that. Don't forget about the third time I played. Somebody, anybody remember Tyson's awful movie in Heroes versus Villains? Movie. I put the MOVE, then the N, the I. So his awful move was because of my move. What's my type? I just like him to have a good personality. That's it. That's it, God. All I want. Good personality. So when you talk about people's moves and the things they do, it's a super fine line. I say this over and over. You that stay with me and that listen to all my videos, there's a fine line between an amazing move and a terrible move. So Tyson's move was ended up by being uh, I convinced him to do what he did. If I would have went up to Tyson and said anything, then Tyson would have went with the same thing. I would have went home. But by talking to Tyson and convincing him and thinking that I was on his side, I convinced him to switch his vote without telling him to switch his vote. That's all that happened there. Yes, he would play again. 100%. He's trying to play again. You see his recent video. What do you guys think is going to happen with all these fire tokens? I think that it's going to be, like I said, I think they're going to get a list of things. Like everybody's going to get to see it. Nobody's going to know who has what, how many fire tokens. Because it can't just be like, oh, you can find a sheet of paper in the middle of nowhere that says, oh, if you have 4 fire tokens, you can buy freedom for, 3 tribals. It's not, I think that they're going to get a menu of things. just like they have on EOE. 3 fire tokens is the idol because that's already what it is. I think that's right. I was thinking, I was just thinking about this. The Survivor auctions. What happened to them? Do we not love the Survivor auction and the food challenges? What happened to those things? When's the last time they did a Survivor auction for food? People love that. And they like it when they win things. Like, man, it's back in the day, you used to do a challenge, and that challenge would be for reward. And then you did another challenge, and that challenge would be for community. It's not like that anymore. Too much strategy going on. We need to find out about. So they just do one challenge for community. It's fun when you win the challenges for reward. That was the fun times. That's my memories of winning challenges for food. You know, the Outback Challenge, the anytime you win steak, the chocolate challenge. So the last auction was season 30. Real? Wow. You guys know stuff, huh? Guys know what they're talking about. Bring back the food challenges. Bring back all the food stuff. I think everybody likes the food stuff. Like it when they buy food, you get to see what they, you know, somebody gets snails and somebody gets a burger. That's fun. Mike broke the auction. Why? But it'd be, you know, even let's see, both times I played, 19 and 20. See, 19 did both of them did food challenge, right? Trying to think. I know season 19 did the food challenge because I got the grapes and the cheese, so I wasn't happy about. And then 20, I don't know, did 20 do the food? I don't think they did because I can't recall. No, guess they didn't. But the disgusting stuff, we ate disgusting things on season 19. The smoothies, yeah, that was miserable. The smoothie challenge on season 19. And then season 20, I don't know. I don't think we did that either. No disgusting things. Um, did Survivor ever replace your Samoa buff? What? I have my Samoa. I have my stuff. Gracie, show you my stuff. I don't. I should probably put it somewhere where it's a little bit more better shape. But I have my buffs, my original buff. The only buff I don't have is the one they burnt in the third time I played. But I need to order one of them. I got an eye right here. I got an eye. Okay, let's get some more questions. My immunity, this is a shame and it's going to hurt your feelings probably more than mine. I doubt it, but uh, the very first idol ever found without a clue was stolen from my house. Somebody came in the house, took everything. I mean, they took furniture, they took everything. I was at a funeral. It was probably somebody that knew me. Went in there and just took everything. And they took a piece of wood. It means nothing to them. Now I would have passed it down to my kids. That's all I would have done. You know, I died. They get it. They give it to their grandkids, and then a little shadow box. Somebody stole it. It was only idol, the only idol that's found without a clue, and they stole it. You know what pissed me off the most is when my son, he was 10, something like that. He goes in his room and he comes out and he said, "Oh, they took my stuff too." Man, I was more fuming because they took his Xbox, all his games that he was saving. Man, his money in his piggy bank. Some of you are gonna pay for that. Pay for that. Things you do to people like that. And that pisses me off now. So you love Rob and Sandra. That's fine. A lot of people like Rob and Sandra, and it's okay. But you agree with me. Rob played the mafia type. Sandra played with old school trust, but both never worked with new school. That's exactly what happened. Uh, Rob, he played the mafia type, but he's always did that, guys. Rob didn't play any different than what he does. Rob plays exactly the same. Rob did exactly what Rob does. Sandra did different. Sandra, if she went, I'm telling you, if Sandra went back to as long as it's not me and didn't play, didn't just sat there and just say, "Hey guys, whatever y'all want to do, I'll do," and not try to get involved in the strategic part of it, guarantee you she would have did better. Both times. You say I'm always that way. I played 3 times. The first 2 times uh, I played back to back. So it's 1 time. So I didn't get to see any mistakes or anything that I made. The third time I played, you don't know. I was out there 10 days. I was trying to play different. So you have no clue because you didn't get to see. It's only 10 days. What, 2 episodes? I think I was 2 episodes. So I was trying to play different. They didn't allow me to. But it would have probably been somewhat the same because I played 3 times in a year and a half. Now, if I play again, you would see a totally different person. You'd be like, who is this guy? Not in a bad way either. I'd still be the same with you guys, the viewers. I'd be like talking to the viewers, but my gameplay would be different. I sure wouldn't go in there pushing people around like Rob does. I mean, really? Did Rob really think he can go in there push people around immediately? Did he really think that was going to work? Why not just work around camp? Be quiet, don't do anything, and let the chips fall where they may for the first week at least. Because you had no shot if you play aggressively. If I go out there and start playing strategically and start looking for idols immediately, I'm gone. Now, if I let the chips fall where they may for the first week or so and just kind of lay low and let people get pissed at other people besides me, then maybe I'll do better. Everybody knows how I play. Everybody knows that I play strategically. And everybody knows that I'm loyal to my alliance. So those are the things that's good for me. Hey, why don't we get Russell on the team? He'll be looking for idols. He'll be helping the team out. He's a team player. And I am. You don't like reward challenges? Who doesn't like reward challenges? That's the best thing about Survivor. You get to watch them go do something. They all starving to death. It's just getting to where there's no challenges like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's one thing I don't like. Do you think that Sandra deserves more credit than Parvati winning on their seasons together. Yes, I do. That wasn't Parvati's move. That was Cerie's move. That was all Cerie's move, guys. That wasn't Parvati's move. Let's see if anybody came on board. Nope, nobody. I have a few people on here that should be patrons that I see all the time. Patrick, where are you at? Looking. Do you know if Island of the Idols have unaired challenges? I doubt it. There's no way they do that. I don't think they would do a challenge unless they air it. And then Amanda brought Parvati, yes. So, and I heard that people lied and Amanda thought she won. Like that's why Parvati was so shocked that like people lied to Amanda, and then she legitimately thought she won the game. I knew I didn't win. Patreon in the house. I knew I didn't win because I was Shambo called me and told me that I didn't win. And when she did, man, I couldn't believe it. Much hard work as I did, much gameplay, much strategic, physically, strategically, outwit, outlast, outplay. I did it all. Still didn't win. I know. How could someone do that? Yeah, Parvati was shocked. Man, I thought she won that season. That's messed up. Went and planned. Probably went to look at houses. The most robbed player. Who was the most robbed player besides me? Probably Aubrey. On Michelle's season. Now, like I said, Michelle needs to pick it up a little bit. She was playing pretty good. This last episode I didn't like only because I didn't see the fight. I wanted to see more fight. So hopefully we see her picking it up. I keep saying Kim's gonna pick it up, but she didn't. She didn't make the move when she could have made. The move with Denise and Jeremy, that was the best move in the entire game. Because if they become a team, think about it. I know I talked about this, but you knew people that just got here. The Kim, Jeremy, and Denise, if they become a team and nobody has to use any idols, Denise, and they're telling everybody everything, then all of a sudden Denise is like, "Hey guys, we got this. Let's stay strong. I'm about to get 2 idols. I'm about to get an idol and a fire token from Sandra. We'll go ahead and she says she's going to give me another one when she comes back. We'll go ahead and pull off Tony. She'll come back, give me another one. We'll vote her off." Like they have so much combined together. Everybody has something, but they're all on their own. So who knows? You know, who knows what's going to happen now? Not to beat a dead horse, but Galoo had an 8-4 advantage. Yes, they did. I don't even know what was going on until it was too late. Yeah, no, they that was I literally weeded them off one at a time. I literally was like a sniper. I was like, okay, one down, one down. They did it to themselves. So now it's 7-4. I can remember thinking it's 7-4. They did it to themselves. So now all we need to do is use this idol that I have in the right way. Kelly goes, bam, it's 6-4, guys, 6-4. Now I'm sleeping with Shambo in the Shambo hut. And now all of a sudden we're tight. So it's 6-4, but guess what? It's not 6-4. It's really 5-5 because I have Shambo. So that's when I went to Parvati's husband, the rocket science, John Fincher, and convinced him to switch on the tie vote. That it's going to be tied. Once it's tied, and you know I'm telling you the truth, you switch your vote, Laura goes home. That's what happens. Once that happens, bam, we take control of the game. It's over. It was 1 by 1. I wasn't thinking any steps ahead of the time. I was like 7-4, 7-4. They did it to themselves. Now let me make it 6-4. And then I can switch Shambo, guys, I'm telling you. So, it was one step at a time. It was a pretty exciting season. But yeah, Kevin, some exciting stuff right there. I mean, you want to talk about really people that's been robbed. Look at what the stupid moves you make sometimes makes it rob too. Because look at Tony. Look at Wu and Tony. To tell you the truth, I think that one. Yeah, somebody just no, they didn't. But yeah, that one. Wu had that game won. Wu signed $1 million check over to Tony. Shambo was not. Oh, she was tight with us. Shambo got tight with us. She wasn't at first. Shambo came up to me and said, Russ, like I was sticking with Shambo for 3 days. The whole time I stayed with her because I knew I had my people. So now I needed to pull Shambo in. Nobody else was doing anything. Allie wasn't pulling anybody in. Nick wasn't pulling anybody in. Jason wasn't pulling anybody in. So I'm like, I have to do something. So I'm like, I stuck over there with Shambo's side the entire time until I got her on my side. When I got her on my side, I knew it. But she came up to me and she told me, she's like, I can't help you, Russell. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're going to be gone for it out of your group. I'm going to save you because you help us fish and stuff until the last person. But after that, we're going to get rid of you. And I was like, I felt like shocked. She just told me this and kind of pissed because I was in control of everything on 4-4. So when I get to their side, people don't realize that either. I had to change my style. She tells me this, and I'm thinking, who she thinks she's talking to? That's what I'm thinking. I don't say it like that. I'm like, well, and Laura tells me, I'm 90% in control of this game. You're 10. People talking to me like that. All I say is, well, I guess I'm just going to try to keep winning challenges to save myself. That's all I can do. I don't go off. I don't go off in their head, in their faces. I don't jump and shout when they're voted out. Like Laura said once on one of her things she did. It's just, I had to stay cool. But that was an amazing season. Let's see. Appreciate that, man. You're a great player. The end game. I know my jury, but nobody knows right now. People say this is why my jury was like that. Needs to be more humble. I get it. But, and there is such thing as a bit of jury at the end of the game. So this is what, nobody did not like me as a person. Everybody on 4-4 loved me. That's why you never see my name get written down because they like me. And you never see me holler or raise my voice to anyone ever. Other than me talking to Jerry, and I was talking to her as a friend and an alliance and not someone trying to make the wrong move. Because in my mind, I was taking Jerry to the end, not Parvati. That changed. It changed within a split second, right before Tribal. So things like that changed. When she asked me, I said, yes, I was taking you to the end. And that was the truth. But things change in that game as you start evaluating things differently. So, I mean, when you say my game is a bad social game, look at them nowadays. Look what Rob just did. You think that's a good social game? You know, look what Wendell just did. Think that got many points socially? And you think my game is bad socially? Come on. Appreciate that. Have a money. So, all right, guys. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I know it's sad to see me go. Most people sitting at home, not that much to do. Uh, join my Patreon group. You'll have something to do every day. We don't have that many patrons right now, but we're growing more and more every day. And if you want to check it out, go to uh, the Russell Hantz patron Facebook page. But first, go to the link below my last video. I'm going to post it below this video, but if you want to find it right now, link below my last video, it says become a patron. Click on that, become a patron. I'll invite you. I'll be talking to you as soon as I get off here. I'll check. I'll DM you and get your information, put you in my book, and you'll become a patron and part of the family. And we legitimately, they know everything I do, everything that, if I get anything new, they know about. And I just appreciate you guys watching. I know that everybody's stressing these days, but all you got to do is keep hope alive right there. Bam. Keep hope alive. It's going to work out. Everybody's going to get through this. And we'll be a better place at the end of the day. So, guys, just before I go, I'll go ahead and delete this guy just for fun. How do they do that? So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the notification. I wouldn't believe that 145 people in here now, that not every single one of you have subscribed. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that is my Instagram, Russell_Hantz. My Twitter is at Russell Hantz. And that's it. So if you want to follow me, check me out. I post quite a bit of personal stuff when it comes to my family on my Instagram. So that's pretty interesting stuff. It says new member, but I don't know what that means, man. That's something new to me right there. I think that's a member to the YouTube. To this. I think I have a membership to this that I don't know too much about. I'm going to look into that, man. But my Patreon page is something different. So I'm going to have to check that out, what this is, the difference between the two here, because I didn't set this up on the YouTube side. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. I'm going to be back live trying to get a survivor that's played the game live with me and Cody right after the episode. Right after that, I'll do my Q&A, and then I put it up on YouTube. So I appreciate you watching. Become a patron, man. Get with me later. DM me or something. I don't know what that is. I think you just became a member of the YouTube channel, not the Facebook group. So check that out. And I'll get with you later. Keep hope alive. See you guys later. Stay safe and wash your hands. 20 seconds. Wash them hands.